On today's show, Luka's second return to the American Airlines Center ended in a way a lot of Mavericks games did, but this one felt a little different than his first appearance. I'll tell you why. Today's Locked On Mavs.
This is Cooper Flagg, and you're listening to Locked On Mavs.
Zone 5. I think that's a good question.
Good morning, Isaac. All these changes, I still got my dog, Dwight Powell.
Your daily Dallas Mavericks podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network.
Still can't leave you.
Your team every day.
I'm going to get a city like back.
And welcome. You're locked on to the Dallas Mavericks, your team every day. My name is Nick Angstadt, media member covering the Mavs for over 10 years. Thanks for being in every day or making Locked On Mavs your first listen in the Locked On Podcast Network, the #1 sports podcast network out there. Today's episode brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use that code LOCKEDONNBA to get $20 off your first purchase. Joining me, as always, my co-host, media member covering the Mavs for over 10 years, right alongside me, the Luka lover, the one more thinking. What you got for me, Isaac Harris?
Yeah, it's late and Dallas got cold.
In multiple ways.
In the game.
And as always, the post-game prodigy for the Great Slightly Biased YouTube channel. It's a three-man weave. What'd you see from the Dallas Mavericks tonight, Slightly Biased?
Don't know, but I'm wearing a leather jacket because Rob Pelinka wears one, and he's horrible at his job and has never been fired. So I think there's something to it, and I'm calling him Rob the Robber Pelinka.
We'll talk about the team that the Lakers have put around Luka, their game. We'll talk about Luka and how he looked. We'll talk about the Mavs. We'll talk about Caleb Martin looking like an NBA player again, looking like he was really contributing again for the Mavs. We'll talk about Naji Marshall, Max Christie, Cooper Flagg, and his struggles. But let's start here, guys. The Mavs, incredible third quarter run. Fourth quarter comes along, and the Lakers close them out in a way that you do when you have a star and when you have a star-level player and a top 5, 6, 7. Where do you think that he is slightly, Luka, right now?
Definitely top 5 still.
Top 5 player in the NBA. And this return for Luka, still the love was still there. If you don't live in the DFW area, it's a crazy snowstorm for us, which is means a centimeter of snow. There's ice all on the roads. It took me 50 minutes to get here, just traveling on the side roads, trying to get here. The ice was everywhere. It was still sleeting when I got to the arena, and I wondered if this arena was going to be half empty because of the weather, the way that the people were. All the grocery stores are out of milk and bread and all kinds of things. And I get here, and it's slow going at first, but then as soon as the game starts, basically, it is full. When Luka walks onto the floor for warm-ups, the crowd is cheering. When they introduced him in the starting lineup, the crowd was louder than they were for any of the Mavericks introductions. They still had love for Luka. There were signs that say, "Come home," right behind him when he was taking free throws. There is still a ton of love for Luka here. But this return felt so different vibes-wise than the last time Luka returned because there was no fire Nico. There was no sell the team. There was no chance like that. There was no... I know this word well. There was no angst in the building, it felt like. There was nothing from the Mavericks crowd that felt like there was unrest or just this righteous anger from the Mavericks fans. And it was just completely different than the first time he returned, Isaac.
Yeah, I just love, he's always going to be beloved in the city. I couldn't make it to the game. Our baby is literally 5 days old and
can't drive.
Congratulations, man.
He can't. Thanks, bro.
Baby can't drive.
But... I was bummed to miss Luka's return again. And, the broadcast WFA after the game, they had some interviews with some fans and stuff. And, the first lady is basically it didn't matter what the weather was. If Luka is going to be here, we're going to be here to support. It doesn't matter what jersey he wears. We love Luka. And the city just loves him so much, man. He put on a show for so many years. We know what's happened over the last year. It's literally been almost a calendar year, fully since that day. But it was cool. He caught he got the ball for the first time, and you could hear it even on the broadcast, the crowd just rah, excitement and stuff for it. So it's always good to see him play. It sucks that they won because I still hate the Lakers. We'll always hate the Lakers. Now, tell me, did
it really suck for you that the Lakers won?
There was at least a silver lining, increases some draft odds there.
When every freshman in college basketball scores 40 points.
Dude, I watched a lot of college basketball today. Holy crap.
Kingston Flemings.
DeMont put up 43 tonight, but
my Red Raiders.
Christie Anderson.
Slightly, what'd you feel watching Luka this second time? He's back in the AAC.
Yeah, I thought you put it well. It definitely, the energy was way different. Obviously, if Nico were still here, there would still be that giant, animosity. So Yeah, it did feel like it was more of a Mavs-centric crowd just from watching it on the TV. I don't know if
It was split. It was literally split down the middle.
All right, well, there you go.
MVP
50-50.
chance?
ESPN's
MVP, but not
mixing
big.
is so
There was
bad.
MVP chants, but it was scattered. It wasn't like a big collective MVP chant for Luka.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, interesting game for sure. Energy was definitely just felt weird from the stadium. Just like it felt like when you're at school and it's a nice day and you just know you're not going to school the next day. Like everyone was just kind of there. Just like hey, it's snowing outside. When it snows in Dallas, that's the only thing on people's minds usually.
Are we going to have school?
Can we talk about this Lakers team for a second, though? Because he hates DeAndre Ayton so much. Like,
We've seen Luka hate teammates before. We know what it looks like.
You know, it's been a few weeks since I fired up the Lakers on my TV. I've probably watched more Hornets games than the Lakers over the past like 3 or 4 weeks. But it was just a reminder of again of, man, like Pelinka, the roster building around Luka right now, like they gotta look at some things that works better with some shooting, some spacing stuff. I mean, Rui hits a 3 and it's like, whoa, like and Marcus Smart
Felt huge.
But DeAndre Ayton, the play at the end of the half when he throws the lob up to Ayton and Ayton misses the lob there at the buzzer, and Luka doesn't even like look at him. He just turns around, walks to the tunnel.
He tried to walk to the Mavs tunnel. He tried to walk into the Mavs tunnel and then realized where he was going and turned around and had to go back.
He was going to get Musa Cisse. That was Blue GM right there.
He's like, freaking learn from Dwight Powell. He's on the court, all right?
He's
I
right
threw
there.
a million of these to him.
I mean,
Ayton
to build
sucks.
off your point, Ayton was 4 of 16 in this game as a center. And granted, like 5
With a lot
of
of
those misses
putbacks.
were in one possession, like 5 missed putbacks. But yeah, I mean, that's been my biggest gripe with them all year. And in the summer, I was like, if you watched DeAndre Ayton play any basketball at all, which I know nobody did at all, because everyone's like, hey, he's 18 and 10 in Portland. I'm like, ask yourself why a guy who's averaging 18 and 10, the fan base of the team that he is departing from is like, thank God this guy is off of our team.
They're paying him $25.5 million not to be there.
Yeah, and it's not like he's 36 years old. Like he's still what, 20? He's 27, 26 years old.
I was wondering if he was going to get here from the hotel because of the snow. Like I thought he may have been snowed in.
But no, like my concern was he's not the type of pick and roll player you see thrive with a Luka. And you see these guys are on the Mavs. Like Dwight Powell still. When Dwight Powell started, Dwight Powell would almost certainly start at center for this Lakers team. Like they would probably bench Ayton at a certain point.
Is Rob like calling up right now saying,
Ask him.
hey, did you see?
Yeah.
He's like, hey,
I'm not calling anyone.
did you see, Ascension 1, we could just meet up at Ascension. But
No, it's closed today.
Did you see Rui hit these 2 threes? Like, we can just swap him and Gafford right now. All right.
Yeah.
and just call it a day. We'll throw in Connect.
Well, you swap Rui for Gafford, then they have even less shooting. Like this team doesn't have size, they don't have shooting, they don't have athleticism. Like it's wild. Like you look down the
Gafford
roster,
would look like Bill Russell on that team, though.
Yeah.
that center room with
speaking
Gafford,
as-
Ayton, and Jackson Hayes would be fascinating. With the conversations they would have.
Speaking as Rob Pelinka, no, I didn't. You can call people first for a trade. I thought you just had to wait for people to call you and
just
offer
wait
you
for
a
them.
superstar.
Just wait for them to call you.
There's no negotiating.
realize.
It's just one.
I mean, all this said though, they still closed the game, and it's
They
because of
still
Luka's
won,
playmaking, and it's like because that's what he does. When you have a star at that level, it covers a multitude of sins. Like this roster can look so bad. The Lakers still have the way people are talking about the Lakers. You'd think they were 10 games under 500, and they're not. Like they're still securely in the playoff race. They still have a way above 500 record. They're still winning games. They have a good clutch record. It's just, I mean, that's what you have when you have a player like Luka, which is why it was insane that he's not on the Mavericks anymore.
I mean, they were 7 and 10 in the last 17, and
Yeah.
every advanced stat is like, this team is nowhere near their record. But yeah, I mean, their supporting cast absolutely reeks. I mean, there's just no two ways around it. And then Luka and LeBron get the blame every single time they lose. And LeBron, how did you feel about that, Isaac? Watching that fourth quarter?
Oh,
Must have been like a
think he's
cannon
pretty
blast in
slow.
the chest.
I think he's pretty slow. But
11, 3, and 2.
yeah, he's
for the
older
GOAT.
than he's older than anybody that works here. Is
he
he
older
like?
than David
Isn't he
Locke?
like
Older than
10
me,
years
by the
older
way.
than Matt Riccardi, like the Mavs GM?
I mean, he's way older than me.
Coming up, let's get into that third quarter and the fourth quarter. The incredible swing from the Lakers to the Mavericks, then back to the Lakers. How did that happen? We'll talk about that and more coming up. Today's episode of Locked On Mavs brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use that code Locked On NBA to get $20 off your first purchase. Game Time has all kinds of deals that you can get into. I was even looking up tickets for this game. They were going down because of the ice and the snow and all that. They were going down up to a point, and then you gotta go ahead and go for it. You see the exact price you're going to pay right up front. You don't have to worry about the fees coming in afterwards, and that's what I hate when I get on a ticket site when they're like, oh, all of a sudden here's $40 extra on this ticket you're going to pay for. You can see the view from your seat, which is awesome. You can look just like this and say, oh, that's where the court's going to be. Awesome. You can do it also for comedy, concerts, theater, all kinds of stuff. There's way too many venues in DFW. You've got to be able to know what they all look like from the inside. Take the guesswork out of buying NBA tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use this code LOCKEDONNBA. You get $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem this code LOCKEDONNBA for $20 off of Game Time.
Shut it down! Let's go home!
Thanks for hanging out with us on Locked On Mavs, being part of the show, part of the Raccoon Squad, listening every day. We appreciate each and every one of you for checking out the show and listening. Shout out to everybody I met tonight. Section 123, met a lot of fans in Luka Lakers shirts, jerseys, all kinds of things like that. A lot of converts that went from Mavs fans to now Lakers fans. I mean, that trade just changed the lifestyle of a lot of different people in DFW. But shout out to all of you guys. We have the text line and the Everydayers Club, different ways to follow and subscribe to the show. We've got that in the QR code and the links in the description. All right, Isaac. All right, slightly. Mavs kind of like looking all right at halftime, and then all of a sudden third quarter comes around. Mavs just go bonkers. 35-14 in that third quarter. Lakers only score 14 in that quarter. Luka had 7 points and 2 assists. Everybody else on the Lakers, 3 of 16 from the field. Brandon Williams had 8 points. Cooper Flagg even went 3 of 10 in that third quarter. Did not shoot the ball well, and the Mavs still rolled in that third quarter, and then into the fourth quarter, the Mavs had a 15-point lead with 7:41 left. How did the Mavs build that lead, Isaac?
Well, I mean, they honestly just swapped quarters there in the second half as far as shooting. You know, you look at the Mavs shooting in the third quarter, they shot 50% from the field. In the fourth quarter, they shot 32% from the field. Lakers, flip it. Lakers shot 32% in the third quarter, shot 50% in the fourth quarter. So they just kind of like swapped quarters there, but yeah, I mean, you look at for the Mavs there in that third quarter, you get a Caleb Martin. He plays, half the quarter there. He hit both of his 2 threes in the fourth quarter, but he was like the only person that hit a 3 in the fourth quarter there. But they just had the thing with Dallas that it felt like the Lakers took in the fourth quarter, and I praised it yesterday on the episode, is they just play so hard. And I think you got to give Jason Kidd credit for that, because so many teams like this in this position could kind of just like call it in and be like, all right, well, so many injuries placed in the standings and everything, but they play so dang hard. And especially in the first half and in that third quarter, they were just getting in transition and they just wanted it more. And then it felt like it shifted there in that fourth quarter. It's like Rui hits those threes, and Rui was like the only guy who showed emotions for the Lakers. And it's like, at first I was kind of like laughing. I was like, dang, he's like really hyped about it. But then I was like, no, they actually like need it. Like, and I think they kind of like fed off of it too. And so, yeah, I think I know it's kind of like a cliche answer, but I think their effort, man, like they've been caring, and they cared a lot in the third quarter.
And effort only takes you so far offensively. I mean, the Mavs half-court offense was still, I mean, what they finished in this game. Their offense was 106.8, terrible. Their half-court offense was an 89. That's 27th percentile slightly. Like, that's just not going to get it done in a lot of games.
Yeah, I mean, the third quarter, they got out in transition, and Naji, really Brandon Williams, was just able to get to the paint every single time. I mean, that Lakers defense was woefully bad in the third quarter, and the Mavs took advantage of it. B-Will had 8 points in like the last 3 minutes of the quarter that really kind of sparked this ginormous run the Mavs went on. And they were playing some great defense. I mean, really kind of fueled by Coop, who's been, I think, really good defensively as of late. And I'm sure we'll probably talk about some of his offensive struggles recently. But like Coop and Caleb Martin was just going crazy defensively.
I thought he was good on Luka.
Caleb Martin's legitimately been good for like a month, like a legit good rotation player.
Got the start.
Yeah, and I mean, he was good again tonight, and I think he probably should have closed the game. I don't really understand why, I guess for offensive reasons, but I forgot who it was. One of you guys mentioned it before the show started, and it's like, Will, he's a minimum guy in the league. You know, there's good and bad. So you get that flurry in the third quarter because he is talented, he's quick, one of the fastest players in the league, great first step, great burst. And then you get the fourth quarter where he goes 1 of 6 and was a minus 16 in 6 minutes. And it's like, oh, well, yeah, that's there are flashes with him where it's like, oh, if this guy did this consistently, he'd be an all-star.
Yeah.
Or at least like a top 50 player in the league. It's just the Mavs don't have the closers that the Lakers do.
And that's the thing. I mean, to build off your point is like, you got these guys like Caleb Martin who hits a couple threes in the fourth and he has a couple moments. You have, Brandon Williams, like you said, in the fourth, he goes 1 of 6 in the fourth, but in the third, he had a good stretch there. It's like you got a bunch of these guys that have these like streaky moments, but at some point, like it's going to run out to where it's like, it's kind of like whack-a-mole of like who's going to survive and who's going to have. And at some point you can only do that so long with these guys on the roster that you got to have that top end talent that can be consistently playing at a high level. And I think they just kind of like, for lack of better terms, they just kind of like ran out of luck there at the end. And none of those guys were kind of hitting their stride. And Cooper's obviously struggled with, his outshot shot and stuff.
Mavs are up by 15, 7:41 left. Then at 5:56, so just under 2 minutes after that, they're only up by 5. So a little 10-point swing for the Lakers. And Kidd takes out Dwight Powell, puts in PJ Washington. The Mavs go small the rest of the game. What'd you think of that move?
Well, the Lakers went small too.
I think so. They watched Fleming's highlights today.
The tank was on.
Just kidding, guys.
I think they probably saw the trend their team was going on offensively and decided we want. I would say they wanted some shooting, but I mean, it wasn't like Klay was out there.
Right.
I think they just wanted some perimeter defense to sort of maybe clamp down on the Lakers perimeter guys, but also they just matched the Lakers going small. I can't say I agree with it necessarily, but teach their own.
Yeah, some of the rotation stuff is just interesting. I mean, I feel like Kidd, especially coming out of that last game, it's like he had that stretch and it's like Dwight Powell and, the Flagg, Naji, Max, trio there, and Caleb's been playing well. It's like, I think it's kind of like, look where we're at in the standings. Let's just ride it, have fun with it. But like you look at the rotation, it's like, I get PJ has been out for, a bit, but like PJ coming off the bench, Klay only played 14 minutes in this game.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like some, even like a Ryan Nembhard plays a single what did he finish with? Four minutes in this game. So, which I get they need a Brandon Williams scoring there, but yeah.
I thought it was an interesting play. The Mavs have not played well small so far, and even though we thought that small ball would be something that they could do with PJ and Flagg at the same time, they just have not had their offense. They just don't have the offense when they're doing that. They don't get stops on one end, and their stops is what creates their offense. They get stops, they turn that into transition, and then they go score. But I thought that was interesting. I do think Kidd did that because he saw, oh my gosh, we're taking on water here. We've got to be quicker. We've got to get out there. Slightly said, they matched the Lakers vibe when they were going small, but it obviously didn't work. It was what, 102 with 5:56 when they went like that, and it was only 106 at 2:12. Oof. That didn't work.
I mean, you go small, you're going to give up the rebounds too, and you're kind of like accepting that. But if you're going to go small, you need to chuck the threes. All right. If you're going to give up the rebounds and go small, you need to get the threes up. And once again, they shot under 30 threes in this game. You just can't do that. You got to chuck them.
That's been something I've been screaming all year, is it's like, just shoot the three. Like, I don't even care. I thought Naji passed up 15 good looks at threes tonight. Like, I'm obviously exaggerating, but there were several moments where I'm like, dude, who cares if you are 0 for 5? Like, on this team, you're just going to have to shoot. Like, when we have certain lineups out there where B-Will's not a shooter, teams are not guarding Coop anymore from 3, they're going under screens on him. Like, PJ hasn't been a reliable shooter. Like, somebody just has to shoot an open 3 when they get the ball. Somebody
can't
just has
be
to do
Max.
it.
I
honestly feel like Klay not playing enough. Klay only playing 14 minutes, only taking 5 threes. Like, he plays more. That's 5 more threes. That gets you to 34. Then you don't feel as bad about the amount of threes they took, right?
And, I mean, Meg the Stallion braved the elements to get to this game. And he plays 14 minutes and 2 of 5. Kid just has to have some shame.
But I love they said on the broadcast how Kid has told, Christie lately, hey, I want you taking like 10 threes a game because he's shooting them at such a high clip. And it kind of goes to this. I heard this years ago on a college basketball podcast. Mark Titus used to do the One Shining podcast, I think, at the Ringer with Tate Frazier. He said this at Ohio State. He always heard that, hey, if you're a 40% 3-point shooter, you better not be shooting 40% anymore. And it all just means that, like, if you're shooting that good, you should be shooting them until you're not a 40%. Like, you should be chucking them up. And that always like stuck with me of like, if you're that good of a 3-point shooter, you just keep on shooting them. And that's kind of where Max is at right now. And I mean, once again, he shot 40% from 3 in this game, but we can't brag on Max enough, man. It's the Max Christie trade.
He's been absolutely awesome, right? 24 points. Took 18 shots, which I'll give him credit for. Like you said, if he's going to shoot that well, you've got to chuck him up. Like, you've got to put him up. You got to be a volume shooter and a volume shooter for this team because nobody else is really going to do it. It's really if Flagg, Naji, Max, and today Brandon Williams, if they don't take all like 15 each, then where are the shots coming from? That's kind of where it feels like sometimes. Coming up, let's talk about those guys' games. Let's talk about defensively how Cooper Flagg showed a lot. And then Luka did something with some Mavs fans that I find kind of interesting. We'll talk about that more. Come on. Today's episode of Locked On Mavs brought to you by FanDuel Fridays. Already feel different during basketball season, and FanDuel is making them even better every Friday night before games tip off. FanDuel gives fans a new way to kick off the weekend with NBA Happy Hour. You can do all kinds of things with this. You get boosts, special bonuses, things like that. They drop right inside the FanDuel app before the action starts. Go check it out and see what they have available. You've got game props. You can do all kinds of things with that. You've also got some of the long-term things that are not necessarily in the Happy Hour, but you've got awards. Let's see where Flagg is minus 475 for the rookie of the year. Con Knibble plus 380. That gap is getting even smaller, but VJ Edgecombe plus 2,500 is still a ways away on that one. So you can do all kinds of things in the FanDuel app. Go check it out before tip off. Check out the FanDuel app and see what's dropping during NBA Happy Hour every Friday from 5 to 6:30 Central Time. A little basketball, a little action, a whole lot of Friday energy, especially if you want to either bet on the Lakers or bet against the Lakers. I think it's a happiness hedge either way. That's NBA Happy Hour only on FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NBA.
Shut it down! Let's go home!
All right, Isaac. All right, slightly. 3-man weaving it here on Locked On Mavs. And Luka Doncic did something interesting with some fans. He got together a bunch of different fans. Our friend Kevin Gray was there, Mavs film room. Lindsay K and some of those Mavs fans, and he had a meet and greet with them before the game. Had a suite for him. Got a bunch of these Mavs fans together, and as much love as Mavs fans have shown to Luka, it was cool to see the gesture from Luka to show love back to Mavs fans. Did you guys hear that? That was Ron from DLS just yelling over there in the corner.
What up, Ron? Hey,
who's he yelling at?
Is he in earshot? I want to have him on the Side by show every weekday, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time on the Side by channel. But anyways, yeah, no, it was really cool to. It was cool for Luka to do that. He's always sort of been in tune with the city. I mean, he knows the city loves him, and it was cool. It was a cool little gesture. And they got jerseys, shoes. Yeah, the new Lukas are nice. I think it's been miss after miss since the Luka ones, in my opinion. The new ones look good.
I actually think
Slightly wants the next invite. He wants the invite to Luka part 3.
Listen, we just need Slightly to be unblocked first. All right.
That's why he didn't get the invite, because he couldn't see any of his tweets.
One battle after another. Okay. let's just.
Are you still blocked?
Probably. I mean, I don't know why I would
check right now. We need to fact check this. We can't be inaccurate on this show.
Okay.
Oh no.
Here we go.
I thought it was cool.
I thought it was a cool moment. Luka's.
Yeah, I am.
Confirmed.
Maybe he tried to send the invite to me, but since I'm blocked.
Oh, you're blocked. Well, he could have unblocked. That could have been the moment.
It could have been it.
Oh, Luka Doncic was in there. Shout out friend of the show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love his account.
Yeah, he's like followed Luka to LA and stuff. Not like moving, I don't think.
Living in his guest house.
Well, like covering Luka still and everything.
You know how PJ Tucker has that room for all his shoes? Luka Doncic lives in that room for Luka.
The ones he wore today were great. The purple ones that were like kind of glossy.
Yep.
Purple, yeah. He had the all white like icy ones on in warm ups, and they're pretty nice.
Cooper Flagg finished this game. 16 points, 7 boards, 6 assists, was 7 of 20 from the field, hit 1 3, but was 1 of 5 from 3. Didn't have any turnovers, which is good. 2 steals in this game. Slightly, you mentioned his defense you thought really stood out in this game.
Well, I just think in general over the last couple of weeks, I think he's looked really solid defensively. There's been just a few things, and I still think there is. Like there was a possession, I can't remember for the life of me who had the bucket, but somebody got beat on the perimeter, and Flagg was supposed to rotate down and be the help, but just never did it. I still think some of that, where he's like the low guy and needs to help with the rim, some of that's still late. I think that's actually like his biggest weakness as a defender right now. Because that's supposed to be a superpower, really.
Right.
But I just think, in general, his defense has looked a lot better. And he's on a rough stretch right now offensively, scoring-wise. Like, it's been a while since we've had a pretty high-volume scoring game that was efficient from Coop. But I do think he's really impacting the game in a bunch of different other ways right now. That is encouraging. And I like the fact he's shooting 5. I mean, he's 1 of 5, but I like the fact that he's shooting them. He's 3 for his last 14 from 3. But you got to get those up. 3 for his last 17 if you extend it to the Nuggets game. Yeah.
That's gross. Yeah, I don't have anything to add to that.
About Flagg at all? You have no words about
Wait, who is talking? Is that still Ron talking next to you?
No, he's screaming over there.
How long is his hit with DLLS? Let him go
it's
home.
Him, it's Bobby. It's Cato.
DLLS is forcing him to stay there in this weather?
What kind of company is
guys.
that? My gosh.
And I think everyone should be in on this. I'm filing a complaint to the Better Business Bureau.
All City. File a complaint about All City, and
I'm all right. I'm a diehard. So
actually, their studio is right around the corner. He could probably just go stay there.
They have a lot of couches in there.
There's enough room.
Max turned his ankle in this game, but he stayed in the game. So hats off to him. Back, Can I just throw this at you real quick because everybody just loves trade content. Got asked multiple times today on the Insider or text program if it meant getting like a first round pick or another great young player. Who would you trade, Naji or Max, if you had to pick one?
Oh, that question sucks. Naji,
a great young player or a really good first?
Yeah, like if it's
getting
one
Max
of those
is the
things.
great young player. It's like, what great young player am I getting that's better than Max?
No, I mean definitely Naji.
Yeah, no, that's what I said too.
Just an age thing at that point.
Yeah, I mean, I just made I hate it. I love both of them. I think if you had to pick between the two, you'll take the perimeter shooting. Because even in a game like this, you saw Naji is like, we love Naji, love his defense, love him when he gets into the paint and his creation and from the wing position. He's kind of like an evolution of like those roll 3-and-D type of guys. He just doesn't have the 3. And, he misses all 3 of his threes in this game. He had one of those corner threes in the right corner that would have been huge for him late. That's like the missing thing for him right now, that teams are just going to leave him open, and he's got to knock that down. But I love him. I hope he stays here past the deadline. But I think they're going to get really, really tempted over the next 2 weeks by some teams that really want him.
For Naji?
Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that quote the other day where Naji was asked if he thinks that his floater is underrated? He said it should stay that way. Everybody needs to stop talking about my floater because people are starting to figure it out.
That's pretty funny.
I was cracking up when I heard that.
What?
Naji just getting interrupted.
Naji was good. 21 points, 11 boards, 7 of 15 from the field. Did miss all those threes, but 7 of 10 from the free throw line. Got to the free throw line 10 times, which is huge. Mavs only had 2 turnovers in the second half. One of them was, I think, a Naji Marshall offensive foul, but like only 2 turnovers in the second half. Like that has been their Achilles heel, and that's been the thing that's killed them. But they just didn't get up enough threes in that second half. The fourth quarter, their offense just fell apart.
I actually think that turnover number is bad for the Mavs. And the reason I say to
only have 2 turnovers?
Because I think that more so speaks to how slow the game got for them.
Yeah, true.
In the fourth quarter.
It's like they're playing it too safe.
Yeah. And they
going out
basically
there
had
not out of
turnovers
transition.
with like really bad end of shot clock, prayer shots.
That's true.
So, yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Are we going to talk about PJ?
We kind of did a little bit, but I mean, 25 minutes didn't give him a lot. That's another reason why going small at the end of the game was like, oh, are you playing your best guys? Like at least Dwight and Gafford have given you like rebound opportunities because of their.
I wonder if
PJ
PJ's still dealing with some lingering.
I mean, he doesn't look the same, right? Like, I mean, he doesn't have the same kind of lift. He's going for that. He just keeps going for that floater on these post ups, and it just doesn't seem like he has the same spring. Like when he was doing those floaters at the beginning of the season, it was like he was getting off the floor faster than the other guy, right? He came in and and then remember he kept bumping guys and everyone would just bounce off of him.
Yeah.
Like he came in and we were like, oh man, he's so strong right now. He just doesn't look like that either. That same kind of explosiveness. So it could be an ankle thing. Gafford, for all his ankle stuff, he had 2 incredible blocks tonight and had some boards. Like I thought Gafford looked a little springier than he has in the last couple of games.
Yeah, Gaff looked solid tonight. I mean, I don't know if did he end up getting a point in this one?
He got 2 free
He ended up with two.
Two free throws, 2 boards, 2 blocks. What would you take that stat line for 16 minutes?
Yeah, looking at that stat line, it's not very good for 16 minutes of game action. But yeah, I mean, I did think he had some solid plays defensively. So, I don't think that stat line is representative. Man, the 2 centers, 2 points combined. Maybe that's a reason why they went small too.
Well, yeah,
kids
just looking around like, hey, what can I get from anything? It was surprised he didn't play Klay much. He hasn't played Klay much in second halves much at all. Like it's been kind of an interesting thing that I kind of want to watch.
Sneaky trade thing?
It could be. I mean, I don't want to I don't want to do the conspiracy music, but it could be. When he's got it going, he'll play him. But remember, there was a game the other day. He had like 5 threes in the first half, and then he didn't play much in the second.
Yeah,
I mean, we've just seen this a couple times. Go check out Slightly Biased, great YouTube channel, Haymaker, all kinds of good stuff happening there. You can go to a game with Slightly.
That's right. Giveaway.
I applied for it. Am I going to get chosen?
No, you're not in the pool.
I commented. I followed. I did all the things.
Sorry.
Go check it out.
If I'm like, oh, Nick won it. Sorry, guys.
If he picks me, that'd be hilarious. Go check out that. And we've got the Everydayer Club and the text line. Like Isaac said, we answer questions on there all the time. Send out every rumor that we ever see on the text line. So check the QR code, links in the description. And we'll be back with more Isaac and I about bonus. We'll have some more post-game shows with me and Slightly. Thanks so much for listening to Locked On Mavs. Peace out. Boom.
Luka.
Step back. Jump up.